Hi, this is Alexis from the Kiteboarder magazine. We're here at Surf Expo 2014. Ryan, best booth, great looking board. Walk it over.
So this past year, Best Kiteboarding decided to do a big departure from the traditional manufacturing process. Almost all of our competitors manufacture overseas in big batch factories. We want to make boards specifically designed for the waves where they're going to be ridden, and to do that we had to make them locally in different markets. So in Europe we're manufacturing all of our boards in Portugal, and in America we're manufacturing all of our boards in the East Coast, right down the street from Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, where we've been, and with the brand WRV, Wave Riding Vehicles. We started working with them about a year ago on the development of the boards. We were working with Jesse Fernandez and their head of manufacturing, Patrick, on shaping and designing and developing boards that are, the performance I wanted out of a kiteboard, which is, it feels like a polyester surfboard. It feels like the same board and the same waves that I'm surfing in when it's not windy, but if the wind picks up, something that's strong enough to, last against, heel dings and the occasional spreader bar that falls on it. And so it was quite the process to go through. So behind us here we've got the Shifty, which is our 5.8, and this is the perfect board for anybody who's riding in the Great Lakes like Michigan, or even if you're riding in onshore wind like in Cape Hatteras. If you're out on a 10 or 12 meter and the waves are waist to stomach high, this board's going to be phenomenal. It's also a great beginner board because it makes it a little bit more maneuverable, and the rider can get up and riding, learn how to do transitions, things like that. The key features of the board and the whole manufacturing in America is, one, they're hand shaped. Somebody actually shaped this board with their hands. They're hand laid up, hand glassed, whole 9 yards. They're made right in America, in North Carolina at WRV, and that way you can focus on producing a product that is exactly like the one you've been testing and prototyping. You don't get any inconsistencies. Additionally, we can change things up whenever we want. We can just call the factory and say, hey, we want to add this, or we want to change this. We're thinking about this new shape. So the foam on the board is an HD foam. They use a UV tint in it, so the board doesn't yellow. So if you're throwing it on the top of your car and driving 4 hours to the beach to get a session, you don't got to worry about riding with a yellow board that looks like it's from 1982. Additionally, we've got 6 ounces of traditional fiberglass, and then we do 6 ounces of Integra S-glass cloth on top. Now the Integra, that's kind of the hidden secret, the gem. Integra is a polyester and a polypropylene weave, and each one of these fibers itself is individually coated. Then when the epoxy heats up and they vacuum bag everything together, it essentially creates a nice shell. It likes to flex vertically, but it doesn't like to ding. And that's what makes Integra so cool. It's a ballistics material, so similar to Kevlar, it's bulletproof, but it'll still flex and bend. So you're able to get a board that feels like a polyester surfboard when you're on the wave and you're bottom turning, you're pumping down the line, the board actually flexes and feels good. But if you throw strapless air and you land on it with your heel really, really aggressively in the flats, you don't got to worry about immediately looking down and saying, do I just put a massive gash in the bottom of my board?
Awesome, let's move on to this board.
So that one, let me put this guy here. So this is our session. This is the board that I was testing the majority of the time, because I'd be traveling, going everywhere from the Dominican Republic to Cape Town, South Africa. And in Cape Town, I would surf, waist high, right-hand point breaks and just pump down the line. And that's when we really fine-tuned the rocker. We wanted something that you could go vertical with and not have to worry about purling the board when you re-entered on the wave. And then, we even towed in with some of the locals down there. Me and Ruben on the beach, they're like, hey, come on, let's go. Towing into, well overhead, head and half high faces. So this board works in a huge variety of conditions. You can paddle prone surf it, you can kite on it. That's what we wanted to do. Make the same board that you would want to surf, the same board that you'd want to kite.
It's kind of a dual purpose board, but has the functionality of both surfing and kiting.
You're going to go on a trip, you're going to take this board, you're going to wrap your 9 meter on one side, the 7 on the other, put it in your board bag, and you're going to head to any country in the world, and you're going to have a great time no matter what the waves are. So this is a session because it's exactly that. It lets you score sessions whether you're surfing or kiting. Here, because we did a red graphic, you can see this is Jesse Fernandez's signature. Jesse's shaper for some of the top ASP surfers out there. This is a 511, and it's made in the USA. We've got future fin boxes on it. And I don't know, Alexis, what do you think?
It's a great looking board. Now, where can they find more information about the sizing of the boards and more information on these boards?
So we've got it all on bestkiteboarding.com. All of our retailers from Mac Kiteboarding in Michigan to Real Water Sports have got online product reviews going over the benefits, the features, what it feels like. And the best thing to do really is to call any of these guys and ask them their questions. Some of them even have a couple demos, so if you can get out there and try it, I guarantee you're really going to like this board. It's something special.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You got it.